Few months back, I made a video on how Auden is living under the shadow of his father and how this showboating of Devon regarding his son being a strong young talent is going to do him more harm than good. I got a lot of hate from Larratt Army for that, but Devon has proved me right by doing exactly the same. After having nonsensical bouts with insignificant arm wrestlers for quite some time now, talks of Auden's next opponent being at least a renowned arm wrestler in Abhas from India started to gain surface after his exhibition match with an actor cum bodybuilder cum arm wrestler Jae Yong Ha. Things didn't go as planned and Abhas couldn't be available for the match. Instead, a more fitted champion from Indian Arm Wrestling League challenged Auden, and as usual, Devon the Daddy came running for help. Responding to a call out from Everet and Pro Punja League, Devon has turned this whole situation into a comedic banter. Yuvraj Verma, a 21-year-old arm wrestling champion from India, has defeated Atharv Bhagwat to make it into the top 3 and then prevailed over Sachin Goyal and Tawahid Sheikh in a round-robin format to be crowned as the champion of champions of the Mumbai edition of Pro Punja League in Sheru Classic Arm Wrestling Championship. Yuvraj challenged Auden for a match in India and praised him for being an upcoming talent. A grand welcome is promised as well for the Larratt family.
आप इंडिया आओ और ऐसा क्राउड आपने कहीं देखा नहीं होगा and comparative wise game रहेगी and we will be very glad if you come to India and remember me, I'm Raj and I'm going to get nice play for you.
Assessing the career graph and power of Yuvraj, Devon might have given Auden another advice of staying in his shadow for a little longer. He replied on behalf of his son and called Yuvraj the third Billy Goat Gruff, who's coming forth to save the baby goat Abhas. Devon allegedly has commented on Yuvraj's post and offered himself instead of his son. He is offering to pull Yuvraj along with 4 other best Indian pullers. To which Yuvraj replied the following: "Ha ha, I know it's you again, Auden. Why would the ambassador of our sport, Sir Devon Larratt, want to pull newbies of a country that is developing in arm wrestling?" Devon replied by calling the whole Pro Punja League full of newbies. Yuvraj responded humbly by saying everybody seems to be a newbie in front of a champion like Larratt. The banter on the post's comment section goes on, and the prospects of Auden actually pulling someone worthy of his surname remained a prospect after all. Auden claims to have called Pro Punja League himself regarding his match with Abhas, but the league refused as Abhas wasn't ready at that time.
I talked to Propanja, I talked to them, and they were like, he's not ready. He doesn't want it. It's not yet. And I wanted to pull Abhas. I wanted to pull him, but he didn't want it. So
really,
yeah, he backed out. He too scared of me.
Now, considering the negligible achievements of Auden in current arm wrestling scenario, his audacity of choosing his opponents is quite overwhelming.
They offered somebody else actually, and I mean that one wasn't as cool to me. I wanted to pull Abhas because he's a young guy, back champion, and yeah, he didn't want it. It's too bad. All these guys, all the pros call me out, and then the guy I actually want doesn't want me.
Choosing their opponents shall be the privilege of champions and not some dude who arm wrestles with YouTubers and actors in staged exhibitions. Devon truly is an ambassador of arm wrestling all over the globe, and his actions affect this sport in every which way possible. His fatherly instinct to protect his son is comprehensible, but doing this while projecting Auden as an unstoppable upcoming force by showboating and choosing weak opponents is going to rot a young talent before it could develop roots. A prospect match between him and Mindagaus can possibly be the first real arm wrestling match for Auden, but it seems his dad is in no mood to give him that as well.
Maybe please, let's not do the match yet. Maybe it's a bit too early. We need to wait until we can be sure that Auden is winning.
In the recent podcast of Neil Pickups In the Presence of Greatness, Auden just pops up in the frame and started to talk out of turn and challenged Travis Bagent instead.
Want some of this, Travis? We're coming
right
for everybody.
now, I think we're going to have a match.
Hey, I would actually pull you, Travis. I would actually pull you.
Showing no regards for Mindagaus or the sport itself. Everybody was laughing and probably it'll all turn out to be a big gag for the laughs. But being a fan and an admirer, I really feel concerned for the kid. Abhas or Everet or maybe the whole Indian squad of champions are lesser than Auden. But the only way to know this is actually having them sorted out on a table and not in the lap of an overprotective father. I really wish Auden would not turn out to be the next Jake Paul of arm wrestling, although the only thing lacking between the similarity is going to be the money. If you like my content and love arm wrestling, then like, share and subscribe. Keep healthy, keep hustling. This is Nitin Vats signing off.